Here we have the Omega MMV702 Mega Mouth Juicer. It's a bit of a long name and a bit of a tongue twister, but it's Omega's take on a wide feed juicer design, which is a pretty smart move considering how much they've grown in popularity over the last few years. Now, the purpose of this design is to keep preparation times very low while still providing a healthy and nutritious cold pressed juice. And it seems that Omega have done a pretty good job of refining this style to make the MMV one of the best wide feed options on the market right now. Okay, so this Mega Mouth style, as it's been coined by Omega, isn't anything new. Wide feed juicers have been kicking around for a while now, and this is really just Omega's attempt in this area. Now, they do it well, it has to be said. This feed chute is 7.5 centimeters wide, which means that it can handle apples, pears, quite a lot of ingredients whole. Cuts down preparation time astronomically by about 3 to 5 minutes sometimes, depending on how much you're juicing. Now, the downside of this wide feed style is always going to be that you're not going to get as brilliant a yield as you would with a standard feed juicer, and that's purely because you have to prepare your ingredients down into smaller sizes with a standard feed juicer. Doesn't matter what the juice has been built for, if you're chucking a full apple down into it, it's going to struggle to get as good a yield as if that apple was in 6 segments. So do bear that in mind. You're saving time here, but you're not necessarily getting the highest yields. Now, moving beyond its wide feed style, the overall design of the MMV is quite rustic and practical. Omega are known for putting practicality first, and this is no different. You have some nice little slots to act as handles in the base, a pretty common Omega theme, and it's pretty compact, pretty slim, which makes it lightweight in comparison to some other vertical juicers. The downside of this slim body and how it's been laid out is that it feels far taller than it is, and looking at it, it's almost a bit off-putting. Now, what I will have to say in defense is this is actually only just over 45 centimeters tall. It's about the same height as the Cuvings. It's really just the way that this body is shaped that makes it feel so tall in comparison to other devices. In terms of the rest of the design, it's pretty durable. The materials used are BPA-free, and all of the key elements like the auger and the screen are made of Ultem plastics, which are about 8 times stronger than standard ABS plastics. Okay, so I've already spoke a bit about using this device when I talked about the fact that it's a wide feed juicer. And really, there's not much more to say than that. It performs well, but in terms of your juice yields, you're not getting something as good as a standard feed juicer. You expect that when you buy this style though. Overall, it was pleasant to use, it was simple, I didn't have to use too much pressure. The auger design did happily suck down food when I pushed it in, even a whole apple, which I was impressed with. Now, outside of that, cleaning was not too bad, not too good. It was just a standard cleaning process, which is what I'd expect from most juicers at this stage. It hasn't really made any advances to be easier to clean, but at the same time, it's certainly no tougher than any other device that's been released in the last few years. Overall, Omega have done a good job with the MMV. It doesn't do anything particularly new with the wide feed design, but it also doesn't do anything wrong, and it seems to have a good level of performance that isn't far off Omega's current best in this field, the VSJ. Realistically, if you value your time over everything else and you want a functional wide feed juicer, then this is a really good option, and you may not find anything better elsewhere on the market.